Hey, YouTube. Today I want to come on here and talk about a tip that I think, that really I notice has been helping me a lot lately, especially like when I get upset or when 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 you feel like things just going left or things going sideways and your emotions is high all over the place, or you feel like you about to crash out or lash out, like you about to lose it. And when I say lose it, I mean like your emotions is high all over the place and you about to spiral, like you about to go into a sad state. I know the last video that I did, it was I know I was like sad in that video, but I want to give y'all a tip that we all know and we all have heard about, but I don't think it gets talked about a lot. I don't think this tip gets its flowers. This tip has really been helping me a lot lately. But when people used to tell me this, I would, I always thought this tip helped. But when people used to tell me this, I was like, well, a few people. I remember when I was in school, when I was going to like, it was I think high school and middle school. Somebody told me this, and I'm just thinking. In the moment, I'm thinking that will help, but at the same time, I'm thinking how is that going? I don't know, but this tip doesn't get its flowers enough, and I want to talk about it today. The tip is doing things that you enjoy, doing things that you like to do, doing things that you love to do and passionate about. When you notice something, when you find something, notice something lifts your mood up, hang on to that thing. You better hang on to that thing because that thing is like a coping skill for you, or it's something that helps you cope, brings you joy, uplifts your spirit. Hang on to that thing because I'm not saying put it above God, no. But I am saying when you find something that works for you, as long as it's not like, I'm not saying like go out here and I'm not I'm not saying like anything negative. I mean like positive. If you find an activity or anything that works for you, that brings you joy, that lifts you up, and that's another thing. When you sad, pay attention to those things that lift you up, those things that make you feel good, those things that pull you out of the spiral, that pulls you out of the spiral, the sadness. Um, I know we all that's different from person to person. Like for some people, it could. For me personally, it's coloring. I love to color. It seems like lately that's the only thing aside from going to God that has been giving me like it's been helping me like deal with my emotions, because it's really hard to deal with your emotions when your emotions just high all over the place, and when you know but yeah, for me personally, it's coloring. That's the thing that, and there's a lot of things that I enjoy doing, but um, yeah, at one point, for so long, I felt like I really felt like my interests and passions and the things that I enjoyed doing, it had left me. Like I lost interest in it, and that can happen too when you go through so much stuff, or you go through a lot, or maybe people curve you through a lot, or whatever it is. You will probably lose your passion or your joy, and not want to do the things that bring you joy. But for me personally, it's coloring. Lately, especially lately, I've been drawing to coloring in the adult coloring books. Like lately, I've been drawing to coloring a lot. Like I notice when I crash out. I mean, excuse me, when I say crash out, like my emotions get high. I notice when I'm about to like get sad, I will pull out my coloring book. I will pull out my coloring book here, and I would start like coloring. Like as you can see, I'm not done with this, by the way. I gotta finish this, but I I just finished this picture yesterday. So yeah, for me, coloring helps me, and coloring is a stress reliever, and it's also like one of my favorite things to do. It's one of my favorite hobbies. I love the adult coloring books. me personally, I love the adult coloring books, but I color in any coloring book, but I love the adult coloring books. And I'm gonna get me some more like coloring books, some more of them because they really do help me relieve my stories. There was a couple things that I was dealing with that was making me like sad, and coloring lifted my mood. It picked me up. And I also want to say, I know in the past things like journaling has helped me, and that also helps too. Journaling, letting your feelings out. That's another thing that I really like to do. Arts and crafts is another thing that I feel like lift my mood up. Listening to music is another thing. And I want to do another video talking about different activities that can lift your mood based on what I've noticed with me. And you can also comment that down below what helps you. But I know for me, the biggest thing lately, especially lately, has been coloring because ever since I was younger, coloring has always been my favorite hobby. It's always been my favorite thing. Like I don't care what nobody say about that. And I don't mean to go on like a rant, but I just want to say this. I don't care what nobody say about it. I don't give a care what nobody has to think when it comes to that because I know some people they be like, "Oh, you too old." Some people have literally have the mentality of you too old to be coloring. You too old to be interested in coloring books. You too old for that. You need to go out there. No, I don't care what nobody say about that. I will be coloring to the day I die, and I don't care what nobody say about that. I really don't care. But because I had a group of people, I remember there was a group that when I was in school, I was in high school. When I was in high school, I said something about I like the color, and they laughed. They laughed at me. But whatever your hobby is, whatever you like to do, don't stop that for nobody. Who cares what they think? Who cares they think or say about your hobby or what you like to do? I know for me, sometimes I may get a little, you know, like, am I too old for it? But really, most of the time, I'm like, no, I'm not. Really, I don't even think I'm too old. Anybody too old for coloring or whatever you're trying to do. I don't care what nobody say when it comes to that. Think what you want to think. I'm gonna be coloring to the day I die. But yeah, whatever your favorite hobby is, or whatever lifts your mood, whatever activity lifts your mood when you're sad and when you're down, do those things. The moment you feel yourself getting sad, do those things. I'm not saying put those things above God. Like, yes, talk to God and ask Him to help you. And, you know, also, I'm not saying don't process it because you gotta allow yourself to process and feel what you're feeling because you know what? I don't even stop myself from feeling my emotions. I acknowledge, okay, I'm feeling sad and I'm just gonna let myself feel this and cry if I need to and process it. But I'm also gonna do something that helps me and that soothes me and helps me like calm myself down. And for me, that's like I said, that's been coloring. Well, coloring has always done that for me. But yeah, this tip, I feel like, and I don't even want to say tip. Like it sounds like I'm acting like expert because I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you speaking based off of my experience. But yeah, do things that you enjoy, things that uplift you. This really don't get talked about a lot, like hobbies and having fun and enjoyment and fun and leisure. Those things don't get talked about a lot. Those things don't get their flowers. And I hope y'all have a beautiful day. I come back on here, and you know what? I'm also starting to think about like doing like the coloring with me videos where I come on here and I color, I color and or I'm thinking about doing it like live too. I don't know. I'm thinking about one day going live and coloring. I don't know, but I might do that. But whatever your hobby is or whatever it is that you enjoy doing, drop it in the comment down below because I would love to know what y'all's hobbies is and what things soothe y'all and what things calm y'all down, especially when you about to spiral, like when you about to get sad or angry. Or how do y'all deal with y'all's emotions as well? Leave it down in the comments below because it could really help someone. And also, I always love like seeing what other people like to do too, and I love getting inspiration from that and trying new things. Drop it down below because you never know. You could be helping someone or someone could, try a new hobby and you know, you could be helping someone. But you have a beautiful day, and I see y'all in the next video.